Guys, welcome to the Luke Touma podcast, episode 4. Thank you for coming. You guys are the best. Before we get into the podcast, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your pods. If you listen on Apple, iTunes, whatever you want to call it, please rate and review 5 stars. You guys have been leaving ratings and reviews. They've been great. They help the podcast grow. They help more people see it. Tell your friends. Follow me on Instagram at luke.touma, luke.touma, or the podcast at Luke Touma Pod if you'd like to listen to that as well. I appreciate it, guys. Here we are. It is Monday, February 10th. This episode is going to come out today, so it's very up to date if you're listening. We're getting some current events. I'm going to try to do this if I can, which is just like record maybe on Mondays and then put it out on Mondays, but we'll see. I never really know. Sometimes it's going to be recorded in advance. Sometimes I'm going to be recording day of. I like the day of because I could talk about shit that is just happening. I'm a little behind with you guys on my life. I fucking... Oh, God, I'm burping. It's bad. I went to Kansas City for the Super Bowl. So every year, my dad and my best friend and his dad and some other dudes from Buffalo, we go to one of the competing cities in the Super Bowl every year, and it's like a 50-50 gamble whether or not they're going to win, and then we party with the locals all weekend, and hopefully the team of the city we went to wins, and then it's a fucking crazy party afterwards. It's the best weekend of every year. We started doing it because we never had anything to do for the entire playoffs because the Bills are so bad at football that there was never anything. The Bills missed the playoffs 20 straight years. 20 straight. I'm 25 years old. I just turned 25. Happy birthday to you, boy. Shout out. Thank you guys for wishing me a happy birthday. But, dude, we missed the playoffs 20 straight years. I think that we missed it from 1997 or 1999 to 2018, I guess. We missed it like 19 years. But it was like 19 of the 23 years I had been alive, we hadn't made the playoffs. And I was a Bills fan the entire time. So it was just like, I mean, what the fuck, you know? It was very frustrating. But we started this tradition where we go to one of the cities. And when they win, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen. We were in Green Bay when they won, and it was insane. We got to see, they were just going crazy. It's like the city's like 100,000 people. So they freaked out when Green Bay won. It was like you got to see like 60 of the 100,000 people on the same like 3 square block radius just partying with each other. Because this is the most excited thing that's probably ever happened. Nothing happens in Green Bay besides Super Bowl wins. And then we were in Baltimore when they won and Seattle when they won. That was crazy. And then fucking Philly was like just bizarre. Like Philly was like, they were destroying the city. There's this thing about Philadelphia where the people there, the dudes are pissed. Like, these motherfuckers are pissed off. I don't know what made them so angry. I don't know why. I'm just checking to see if the battery's good. Yeah, we're good. I don't know what made them so angry. I don't know why they're so pissed off. But they're pissed. The Philadelphia dudes are furious. So when they won, it wasn't like they were just celebrating. It wasn't like they were just celebrating that like they had won the Super Bowl. They were like angry. It was like they were angry that they hadn't won yet. They were angry that Tom Brady exists, which I feel you. Fuck Tom Brady. I'm from Buffalo. I hate that guy. But dude, they were literally like, because there was like a video back in the day of Brady not tongue kissing, Brady kissing his son on the mouth, and like we always just go, oh, Brady like tongue kisses his son, blah blah blah. Dude, by the end of the game, these Philly dudes were in a bar. They were straight up going, Brady fucks his kid, dude. Brady fucks his kid. It's fucked up. Fucking gross, bro. Tom Brady fucks his kid, dude. And it was just like, Jesus, man. Jesus. At what point? You're not even celebrating the win anymore. You're just acting like lunatics. But it was fun. When they found out we were from Buffalo and we were just there to celebrate with them, they were like, dude, Bills Mafia's always welcome in Philadelphia. Bills Mafia. So it's great. But it's fun, man. It was a good time. We went to Kansas City and they won. So we got to go to another winning city. It was so fun. Kansas City is like, it's so wild. Like the middle of America, when you're that deep in, like, because I've never been to really like Missouri. That's my first time, or like I've never been to Kansas. I've never really been to Arkansas. It's so funny how big this country is. Like, it's so different from New York. New York, you're enclosed in. You like, my apartment has more space than anybody else's because I have this tiny like 4 foot by 6 foot extra room. Like, nobody's even heard of that. Like, you have an extra room? That's crazy. And I know not every city is as like densely populated as New York, but fuck, dude. I mean, Kansas City, there's just nothing but open, vacant lots, empty real estate. Dude, if you want to go from one place to another, and like we were like, oh, we'll walk. And this is like we were gonna go to a bar where we were like staying. So we were like, oh, it's in the same neighborhood that we're staying at. We'll just walk there. Dude, it was like, even in like what was considered our neighborhood, it would be like a 20-minute walk. It's just, there's nothing. In New York, you have no time and no space. And in a place like Kansas City, all they have is time and space, dude. That's all they have. Nothing. It is so relaxed. It is so, like, life is so simple. Like, they had they were like, barbecue is like their big food, and we got to eat it. And dude, the barbecue that they're like known for, like the thing they're known for is this thing called burnt ends. It's like a dish, and it's literally just like these square chunks of meat, and they just burn them and then smoke them, and you cover them in barbecue sauce, and they call them burnt ends. And like, I mean, they were delicious, but that's like such a simple Southerners thing to be like, man, our food, man, you just fucking cut a little chunk off the end of the meat, and we'll just cook it till it's burnt. And you know what we'll call it? Like, we figured because it was the end and we burnt it, we'll call it a burnt end. And then you just eat it with some whatever kind of sauce you want. You can put whatever sauce on that you like. It's fucking, dude, that's like, it's just the simplest food ever. Like, this is sides for everything. It's like mac and cheese, green beans. It's like the shit that you find in like a hamburger helper. Obviously amazing, but there's no intricacy to it. It's not like it doesn't seem, it was delicious. Don't shit on me, Kansas City. I know you're probably going to be fired up about your barbecue, but it doesn't seem hard to make. It seems like it's just one dude being like, man, I will tell you, like, we just fire up the smoker and we put the meat in there, and then one dish is the ribs, and then we cut off the ends, and then we also cook the ends, and we just burn them, and then we decided because they were burnt, we named them burnt ends. And, well, then on top of that, we have, we got mashed potatoes if you want that. And, like, dude, it's just the fucking simplest food. Whereas when I went for my birthday, I went to an Italian restaurant here in New York. And, dude, that food was like, I mean, that shit was another level, dude. It was like fucking, I got this pasta it's this restaurant in New York called Maia, and I had this dish called fettuccine Maia, and they cook, it's like tableside. They cook the fucking fettuccine on a burner right next to the table, and then they have a giant wheel that's only made of cheese, and they take the fettuccine once it's cooked. The guy goes, and he takes it and he puts it in the wheel of cheese, and then they just swirl it around the wheel of cheese, and they put it back on your plate, and then they just scoop cheese from the sides of the wheel and put balls of cheese on your shit, and then they shave truffles. It was so fucking good. But it was literally like, for this thing, they had to have like the burner and everything, and then this giant like imported giant wheel of Parmesan, and then like truffles from, truffles are like $1,000 a pound or whatever the fuck they cost. And like all this, like the amount of work and effort that had to go into this. The guy had to cook the pasta in front of us and then quickly put it in the wheel of cheese, have the wheel of cheese, swirl it around the wheel of cheese in the right way, then put it back, then scoop from the fresh sides of the wheel of cheese and put the cheese on top, and then grab the truffle and shave the right size slices of little shaved truffle on top of the pasta. Whereas in Kansas City, they're just like, man, I mean, we just put it in the smoker and we just press on, and then we leave it until it's like slightly burnt, and then after that, we stop cooking it. And, that's we put it on your plate, and that's it. That's really what barbecue is. I mean, I like it, but it does seem like a simple man's food. The Kansas City's great though. The people are nice. The everybody in the city, man, woman, or child, looks exactly like Chris Farley. It's a big thing in Kansas City, you know. In New York, the people are beautiful. Women, men, everybody. There's so many different types of people. Tall people, short people, fat people, Spanish people, black people, Asians, models, actors, you know, athletes, everything. Whatever you have, whatever you can have, you know, Pacific Islanders, it's all in New York. Whereas in Kansas City, it's just like white people and like the occasional Native American guy, and that's it. So it's just white people eating fucking. I mean, I'm not one of, I'm not woke or anything, but God, dude, white people eating fucking barbecue, we start to look bad, dude. We start looking bad because it's also warmer out there than it is it's it's kind of getting close to the south in the summer. It gets hot, so it's just like white people out in the fucking sun, getting crusty, getting flaky, eating barbecue, getting fat, drinking booze, losing their hair. Dude, every white person, like if you're not taking care of yourself, you end up looking like Chris Farley. Like the natural look for us is Chris Farley. And that's what it looked like. Man, woman, there were women. They're like, dude, man. They'd be talking to the Kansas City guys in the bar. They'd be like, that girl over there, man, she's quite the looker. She is a pretty lady over there. And you'd look over and you were just like, oh, that's just like she still looks like Chris Farley. She's just like a little bit thinner. It was it. The dudes were like, and the girls were, obviously better looking than the dudes out there. The dudes are looking rough, man. Out in fucking the Kansas City bros, man. They're rough. It's a rough look. But it was, it was fun out there, man. It was good. And then I came back here. I had the birthday. I watched the Oscars, which were last night, which was just like, I don't know. The Oscars are like very, they're cool. And like, obviously I would love to do something like that. I'm sure it would be sick to be like a successful actor and be around that many like legendary figures and be praised for like your work in this field. Like obviously that's shit that I want to do. I'm a comedian. I think that stuff's cool. Like I want to have the respect of my peers and like the audience and all that shit. But like I feel if you're like rich and if you're rich and you're famous for a while and you're around nothing but rich and famous people, you become such a weirdo because you don't know what it's like to be normal. Like to you, you're being normal, and in your world you're being normal, but to anywhere else like New York, fucking Kansas City, wherever you go, you're acting like a psycho. Like, dude, Joaquin Phoenix won for Best Actor, and it was in Joker. He killed it in Joker. Joaquin Phoenix is a genius actor. But, dude, he got up there and he was acting so fucking weird. Like, he literally, dude, this is your moment. You won for Best Actor. You killed it in this movie. Everybody thinks you're the shit. We're praising you. The Academy has decided you're the guy. You won. And he literally got up there and he's like, I was thinking about the injustice of the world and what we do to each other, and she's like looking away, and everyone, they're like showing actors, and like some of them are clapping, like, oh, well done, Joaquin. But other, like you see like the normal type of guys, they're like, okay, all right. And like when Leo DiCaprio gets up there and says that, he's like, hey, I won this award, but I think that we should like, the environment is like going to shit, and I think we should try to stop climate change. Here's a charity we should donate to. Here's what we should do. I would really appreciate your support on this. I think we're taking land from Native Americans. It's like kind of normal stuff. Joaquin like thinks about it. He goes, I was thinking the other day, like, the way we feel the need to inseminate a cow and then take her baby for its milk and then put the milk in our coffee and our cereal and then just why do we think we're above these organisms? Why do we think we're above these animals? I was thinking the other day about a young calf being taken from its mother and used for my milk and my coffee, and you're just sitting there like, dude, what does this have to do with fucking acting? You acted in the Joker. Talk about being the Joker, dude, or something. Talk about like your family. You're just sitting up there like, I was thinking about cow. Like, if you asked me what Joaquin Phoenix was going to talk about in his acceptance speech, my last guess, like 1,000 or 2,000 guesses down, would have been fucking cows. Cows? Dude, you're on the biggest stage in the world and you talked about cows? You can talk about anything. You could literally been like, dude, you could have told a story from your childhood. You could have, like, been religious. If you're religious, you could have, like, spent the whole time talking about your family, but you're just something like, I've decided to vet the world of its injustices, and, I've realized that the biggest issue on my mind these days, since becoming one of the most famous and most lauded actors in Hollywood, is that, I think we're really mean to cows. We need to be nicer to cows. They're like, Joaquin, were you the Joker? Do you want to talk about, like, what it was like getting into character, or, like, mental health? Because it was like the Joker character, like, had enough tough upbringing. Like, do you want to maybe, like, shed some light on mental health? No. My mental health's fine. I'm fine. I just want to talk about cows. I think we're extremely mean to cows. They're like, Joaquin, are you sure your mental health doesn't seem intact? I mean, we've been asking you, about your acting role, and you're just talking about these cows. Like, are you sure you're mentally okay? I'm fine. You don't realize the importance of cows and how mean we are to cows? We inseminate. That's the other thing. He said, inseminate them. Like, dude, you're talking about us fake coming and, like, jizzing in cows? That's what he said, inseminate cows in his Oscar acceptance speech. You talked about coming in cows. Why, dude? Fake cow cum? That's what you want to... Can you imagine if you worked for 20, 30 years at acting, honed the craft, got better every day, gained the respect of your peers, moved up through the industry, beat all the odds, got into a huge movie, got into character, lost part of yourself in the process, killed the role, won the award, got to the stage, you're at the Oscars, you look Leo DiCaprio in the face and you go, Leo, me and you, I think we need to stop coming in cows. We need to stop putting milk in our cereal. It's not good for us to use milk in our coffee and our cereal. I think we need to be nicer to cows. Like, dude, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? That's what happens, man. That's what happens when you act. Did you just, like, being that wealthy or being that famous is just weird, dude. You don't get to be normal. None of those people are normal. None of them. I used to work at Barney's, which was like like the department store got shut down now, but it was like a super wealthy department store in New York City. And everybody that's there, they're like billionaires. It's like famous comedians, actors. Post Malone would come in all the time. Dude, all those people are so weird. Like, they spend $200,000 at a store, and then they would come into this restaurant and buy, like, French fries for like 15. They spend $15 on like a fucking little thing of French fries. It's insane. And you don't, like, if you're doing that, you're not normal. Most people don't spend fucking $15 on French fries. And you're gonna be weird if I'm talking to you. You're gonna be like, oh, cows. I've realized that, the importance of being nice to cows. Oh my god. It's so crazy, dude. It's so fucking crazy. That's what I loved about... Oops, I hit the fucking ukulele. That's what I love about that Ricky Gervais speech at the Golden Globes was great, because he kind of, it's a while ago, but when he shit on... Yeah, shit. He just told them don't tell people how to live their lives, which is exactly what Joaquin Phoenix was doing. He really learned nothing about that. Like, it's like he really learned nothing from. He probably either didn't see Gervais's speech or just didn't care. But like, Gervais's whole speech was like, you know nothing about living in the real world. You shouldn't. You really haven't faced that many struggles. You're just not normal people. You act and you're good at that thing, and that's great, but you're just not in a position to be telling normal people how to live their lives and what they should be doing. And then, like, a month or two later, cut to the Oscars, and Joaquin Phoenix is on stage talking about how we're mean to fucking cows. Like, have you learned nothing from Ricky Gervais making fun of you guys for 2 fucking hours? Have you not learned anything from that, dude? I mean, Jesus, man. Like, I agree with Gervais. I do. I think, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, speaking your mind and, like, making political statements that you think are important and, like, trying to help people that are disenfranchised and stuff like that. But I do think, like, you can't be trying, like, your tone can't be, like, dictating the way everybody else lives their life, especially not like everyday Americans and everyday just people of the world. Because like, dude, if you're a fucking actor and you've been a famous actor for 20 years, you're so far away from regular life. 99.999% of people on Earth don't live your experience. They live a similar experience to each other. They don't get to be famous. They don't get to go to parties with famous people. They don't get, they don't have a personal chef. They don't have a designer that chooses what they wear in public every time they want to put on an outfit. Like, that's just not a normal life. It's just not, dude. It's just not a normal life. Like, it's crazy. I also like to think about, like, dude, the idea of him thinking about that, like, he was like, the other day I was thinking, like, his agent must have been like, all right, so, like, Joaquin, we got to go on another press tour. You're going to be interviewed by GQ. Like, do you want to make sure, do you want to keep your hair long? Do you want to get it cut? Do you want to dye it? Do you want to go for a salt and pepper look? Like, these are things we should think about for your, how you want to look in GQ for this big shoot. And he's like, I cannot think about my hair right now. I can't think about anything besides these cows. Black, white, what does it matter? Cows are black, cows are white. They're both. And we artificially inseminate them. We take their milk and use it for our cereal and our coffee. And his agent's like, Joaquin, we talked about the cows already, and I agree with you. I don't think we're necessarily nice to the cows, but do you think that we should be talking about cows? No. It needs to be about cows. There's nothing more important than cows. I mean, what could be? Like, dude, you're such a weirdo, man. You're a fucking weirdo, dude. I would never want to be like that. I would want to, I'm cool with, being rich and famous. I mean, that's got to be great. And I don't know how great that level of fame is, but you don't want to be that disconnected from people. People are amazing. That's what's great about being a comedian. Like, being a comedian, it's awesome because you get to travel around the country and you're performing. 99% of us, when you're traveling, you're performing in comedy clubs or bars, and comedy clubs are bars. And regular people go to those, even if they're your fans. They're just working class, average, everyday people. So you're not secluded from the rest of the earth. Like, you're bubbled up because most comedians live in New York or LA. But then you're on the road all the time, whether you're opening for someone or whether you're the headliner or whether you're fucking whatever. And it's great, dude. You get to see what, like, regular people are like, and that's important, I think, for art and comedy, because you have to draw experiences from normal people. You don't want to be secluded in fucking, the hills of Hollywood or in Tribeca in New York and never leave and only eat 5-star restaurant meals and, like, get Ubered or private card around everywhere and fly private and, like, only hang out with people that are in your field and of a certain echelon and social standing. It's like, yeah, that is a cool, lavish lifestyle, but you're not going to have anything to talk about in whatever art you do. But that's also the thing with actors, why they can be weird, because they don't have to talk about anything. Like, if you're an actor, you're just saying, you're really, really, really good at pretending to be someone else. If you're pretending to be someone else, mostly the words are written for you. The theme of the movie is set for you. Your character is, like, harshly defined by what you're told, who you're told you're playing by the director or the producer or the writer or whatever, and you just have to fill that role. You just have to be a chameleon. But you could be a fucking weirdo, man, and, like, totally be good at that. You could be you ever hear fucking Sean Penn talk? He's a freak, dude. But he's, like, one of the best actors of all time, because you could be so weird. You don't have to have your finger on the pulse, like. And there's some comedians that are weird, like Jim Carrey is, like, one of the most amazing people ever. I love him. But he's a weirdo. But also, like, I don't know, man. I think that most people that started off, like, doing comedy or even music, like, you're not as weird, because you have to make things that the public relates to, Most of you. Like, if you see an interview with an Elton John or, like, a Bill Murray or someone who's in, like, comedy or music, they're usually not that, like, there's some semblance of a human in them. Like, Jamie Foxx is, like, an Oscar-winning actor. He won for Ray, but he started off doing comedy and then he did music, and so he's like, if you hear him talk, he just tells sick stories, and he's the fucking man. You know, I'm sure we all have our like mental health problems and stuff, but you're never gonna see Jamie. You're never, ever gonna see fucking Jamie Foxx up there like, hey man, you know, I was thinking the other day, man, like, cause he got up there and he talked about when Jamie Foxx won the Oscar. He talked about, you know, he's like, man, my grandma, like, she was my acting teacher, and he's like, she passed away, and I only see her in my dreams, and he was like talking about her. And it was like so moving and heart-wrenching, and you could think about like the loved ones you've lost and what they taught you and how they shaped the man that you are today or the woman that you are today. You'd never see Jamie Foxx. He could have done that speech 100 times. He never would have got up there and go, you know, man, I was thinking about my grandma, but first let me talk about cows and how much we've disrespected cows since I've been a fucking, like, dude, he would never do that. He would never, ever do that. He told a nice speech about his grandma and how she passed away, but how she taught him how to act, and that shaped who he is as a person, who he is as an artist. And it was like beautiful. Dude, there's not really anything beautiful about you talking about us fake jizzing in cows. It's just weird, Joaquin. It's weird, man. Okay? I'll get off it, but Jesus, dude. Jesus. Oh, dude, I went to a Brooklyn Nets game the other day, by the way, and I mean, I took this girl I've been seeing, and she's great, and we went, and it was fun, but we were so high up in the nosebleeds because, I mean, let's be honest, your boy's not making too much money. I got to go with the seats that I can afford, so I was up in the nosebleeds. Dude, we were like 8 rows from the top. At that point, I can't imagine going to a game alone and being that high up. Like, with your friends or with someone you're seeing, it's still fun. You're having a beer and, you know, you're eating some food and you're having a good time and whatever. Like, and you're enjoying each other's company and talking, and then like, oh, cool, someone dunked or whatever. But, dude, if you're alone, it's literally objectively better to watch the game on TV at home. Yeah, at home, like, you're paying, you know, even for a nice 6-pack of beer, you're paying like $12. Dude, there's like $15 a beer. I bought a beer and a glass of wine, and I shit you not, I swear on my life, I bought a beer and a glass of wine for her and a beer for me. It was $38. $38. A 3 and then an 8. They was fucking, dude, it was 24 ounces of liquid. No, not even. The beer was what, 12 ounces, and it was 17 ounces of liquid for $38. Over $2 a fucking ounce. I had a Modelo. And she had some cheap, like, wine that they give you on the airplane, like on Delta. It was like Delta's wine. And I fucking had a Modelo, and the shit cost $38. It's objectively better to watch the game at home. You also, like, if you're sitting close, it's great. You're sitting, like, first section, 100 section, 200 section, it's sick. But if you're sitting where people of my, you know, wealth bracket, us normal folk, if you're sitting where we're sitting in the nosebleeds, it's better watching at home, dude. It just is. It's like, you don't get to feel any of the energy of the crowd. You're way the fuck up there. If it's not like a Buffalo Bills game, like where I'm from, where everybody in every section of the crowd's a fucking lunatic, you're just removed, like a basketball game midway through the season, and the two teams aren't rivals. Like we saw the Brooklyn Nets play the Jazz. And it's like half full. You're so far up. The players look like these little fucking ants. It's like, dude, I could have played 2K and this would have been better quality. Like, we're a half a mile from fucking Kyrie Irving. He's so far away. You end up just watching the Jumbotron, and you're just like, dude, I'm just watching TV now with 20,000 strangers in my living room. I don't need this. I don't need this fucking shitty rubbery hot dog. I could have made myself a hot dog at home and chose what type of mustard I put on it from the fucking store. And I could have got a fancy ass jar of artisanal mustard, and it would have cost less than this fucking hot dog. It would have cost half the price of this fucking hot dog for some fancy bougie Whole Foods artisanal Chipotle enlaced fucking wasabi mustard. That shit would have cost like $8, and this hot dog cost me $11. This place is a fucking ripoff, dude. It is. It's that's what I realized. If I'm gonna go to a game, you gotta just fucking save up and shell out, because it's just it's way better to watch it on TV than be in the 300 section. Plus, when the commercials come on, everyone's like, oh, yeah, but at home you get the commercials. When the commercials come on, you can play whatever fucking music you want. You can watch whatever YouTube video you want. It is 2020. You can do whatever the fuck you want in between commercials. Dude, they had a halftime show. They had this rapper. I mean, I feel bad shitting on the guy, but it's going to happen. Sorry, buddy. They had this rapper. They're celebrating Chinese New Year, so they had the Chinese rapper named MC Jin. He's a famous Chinese rapper. He won a bunch of rounds of 106 in Park. He is a very good rapper, but I shit you not, you would not believe this. He literally went up there, and he starts cracking jokes. He's like, yeah, my name's MC Jin, but not like the liquor, but I know some of y'all are faded tonight. You heard Jin, you were like, what? And then it's just like nobody laughed. I mean, I'm watching a guy bomb. Like, I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm watching him bomb in front of like 20,000 people. He goes, Jin, like, not like the liquor. I know some of you faded tonight. I know my wife seeing me in the crowd and she looking at me like, you better not mess up this New Year's speech because it's Chinese New Year. You better not mess up this song, like you Christina Aguilera or some shit. And then it's just, everyone's like, what? And he's just bombing. And I'm thinking, like, why is he trying to be funny right now? And I swear to God, I knew it. He was going to say it. He goes, well, man, I've been dabbling in stand-up comedy lately. And I'm just, I had to try a couple of jokes on y'all. But I'll get to the fucking. And he just, like, skates into his rap set, which was very good. He did a good job with the rapping. But, dude, him trying stand-up, I was like, if I was at home, never, unless I was watching it ironically, would I have to watch a rapper from China try stand-up in an arena. Like, what a weird fucking... I mean, I guess it was a good experience, like, because it was just funny, but, like, I was sitting there watching this, like, dude, if I was at home, I'd be listening to fucking Drake right now until the end of the Domino's commercial. But I'm here listening to this fucking guy try my job in front of 20,000 people and bomb. He bombed, dude. He did not. He did well with his rapping, but he did not get one fucking laugh. And he also, like, I would have told him, like, dude, don't try this now. Half the people are this. There was like a third of the place was full because everybody was getting nachos. It was at halftime, and he's like trying out jokes. I guess I respect the balls, like, because I would never do his job. Like if for some reason the Knicks, the New York Knicks, asked me to do stand up at halftime, I would never be like, I'm gonna roll the dice and fucking spit a rhyme right now, dude. Like, dude, I would never do that. I would never be like, you know what? I've been freestyling with my boys, and then just go up there and they're like, all right, we have your halftime act tonight. He's gonna make you guys laugh tonight. Give it up for stand-up comedian Luke Touma. And then I get up there and I'm like, yo, I've been trying to rap lately, and I'm just thinking a hip, a hop, a hippity-dippity, a hippity-hoppity, don't stop. Dude, I would get fucking so bad at rapping on the fly. And to try it in front of 20,000 people is wild. This guy is completely unhinged, dude. Like, the craziness. I looked him up. He filmed a comedy special, I think, which, like, people liked it. So, I mean, he's doing better than me, He has an hour special that people liked. It's so funny, though. He just, I think he did it at the Chinese Cultural Center in New York, and he just filled it with a bunch of his fans of his rapping. And it's just, like, most of the special is, like, occasionally he'll tell, like, a story. Like, he had good stage presence because he's, like, a good performer as a rapper. But he would just be like, all right, where are all my Koreans in the house? Give it up for my Koreans. Let's get a woo. And then he goes, let's get a woo woo. And then they'd be like, woo, woo, woo. And then he'd be like, all right, yeah, man, well, I'm Chinese. It would, like, have nothing to do with what he was saying. He was just, like, doing so many pump-up things, like, yo, man, I'll tell you, like, fucking, it was just so, like, it was so ridiculous. He'd be like, we're the ladies in the house. Give it up for the ladies. All right, and if you're a single lady, give it up for yourself. Give me a what? And they'd be like, what? And he would, like, it would take him so long to get to the fucking joke, dude. It was crazy. But yeah, man, fuck going to the game if you're broke, I mean, if you're sitting in one of those boxes, that's sick. And if you're sitting down somewhere close to the court, that's awesome. But if you're sitting up in the nosebleeds, I mean, watching MC Jin before his Chinese New Year rap try stand-up comedy while you're drinking a $14 Bud Light. I mean, that is rough. That is fucking rough, dude. Speaking of beers, coronavirus. You like that transition? Fucking Jesus. Coronavirus is crazy. Everybody in New York's like starting to freak out, and it's just like, dude. I mean, I don't believe that my dad gave me the surgical masks. He gave me two. My dad's like a hypochondriac. He gave me 2 surgical masks when I was with him in Kansas City. He's like, take these back to New York. Instead of coronavirus spreads, you'll need to help yourself. Dude, there's no way that those surgical masks keep you from getting sick. I just don't believe it. I do not believe that whatsoever. So you're telling me if someone coughs and they cough and I'm in the same subway car as them and I breathe in, that I could get the coronavirus and I could catch it and die. But if they cough and I have a thin layer of paper right here that's going to stop, they can't. The fucking germs are microscopic. They can't go under the fucking paper. Like, literally, that's what I don't believe it, dude. There's no way the coronavirus germs just go go right up to your mouth and they go, oh, wait a second. This guy's a surgeon. We better leave him alone. There's no fucking way, dude. What are they? They see the paper and they're like, oh, boys, we almost got there. There's a roadblock. You know, we'd have to go under the paper, and it's just been a long day for me. Honestly, my back's kind of tired, so I don't think we should infect this fella. I think we'll let him go. There's just no way, dude. That's why I can't be scared of that stuff. I mean, it sucks if you're in China. Like, it's a serious problem, and it's really spreading. And if it's spread here, that would be a serious problem, and it would suck. But, dude, like, that's like one of those things where if coronavirus is going to get me, it's going to get me. I'm not going to be able to stop it. I don't know shit about fucking science. I don't know anything about medicine. I know damn well that those little fucking surgical masks do not help you. That is fucking insane, dude. That is so crazy. That for me, dude, that's like you're losing your hair and you just like put on a hat to try to stop it and be like, oh, the hair won't even know, you know, how to fall out if I put this hat on top. I'm sure it'll just confuse my hair follicles and I won't even lose my fucking hair. There's no way, dude, that those surgical masks stop anything. That's your line of defense. It's not even like an astronaut helmet where it's sealing the air in. It's fucking just set over your face. All that you're doing is making yourself look scary with those surgical masks on, man. Ugh, it's so scary. You're walking around the subway in New York and you're like, because everybody looks like a robber. Everybody's wearing the surgical mask. You're like, Jesus, dude. It's intense. Everybody on the subway looks like Bane from Batman. They're just like, I was born in the dark, and I will not be getting coronavirus. Fucking, what will coronavirus take first? My spirit or my body? That's what everybody looks like, dude. Everybody looks like Bane from Batman. All you motherfuckers out there thinking that you're ducking coronavirus with your paper surgical masks. You look like Bane without the muscles. You're creepy and scaring me. Please stop. Dad, if you're listening, I'm not wearing those fucking surgical masks. I don't believe that. I can't stop coronavirus. I can't. It's like when people are scared of, like, dude, like, when people are like, and I'm not, like, against fucking guns or whatever, but when people are like, I need a gun to protect myself from the government. I'm like, look, if you want a gun and you hunt and you want to protect yourself, I understand. That's fine. But if the government wants to fuck up Luke Touma, they can do it. I have no ability to stop them. And I'm barely more capable with a fucking rifle than with my bare hands. They can drop a bomb on me or fucking drone me or do God knows what, man. I don't know how to fist fight. I've gotten 2 fist fights. I lost both of them. I'm uncoordinated. I'm a fan of MMA, but I can't lift my foot past my waist. I don't know how to throw a kick. I would probably just be scratching the side of the tank like a fucking monkey. That's what I'd be doing. I'd be like a little puppy dog, like a chihuahua, and they'd roll in my village with a tank, and I'd be scratching the side of it like a dog, like, please don't kill me. Like, dude, it's not going to help me. If I have a fucking gun, I don't even know how to load a gun, number one. But I'm just saying, like, I have no ability to stop that. I have no ability to stop the U.S. government from fucking me up. And I have no ability to stop coronavirus from getting me and infecting me and making me its little bitch. That's it, dude. I'm not. That mask isn't gonna help. I don't know anything about medicine. It's over, man. So if coronavirus wants to get me, the other thing is like, dude, why did they give it that name? Why did they name it coronavirus? You named it after something everybody likes. Who doesn't love a Corona? It's the most refreshing beer. It makes you think of summer. Makes you think of the beach. You drink them with your friends. They come with a lime. They're kind of fruity. They're delicious. Why would you name it after one of the most refreshing drinks? You named it after my favorite beer. Name it after something shitty, dude. Name it fucking Busch Light virus. You know? Name it after a worse beer. Name it Keystone virus. Name it something like that, dude. Name it fucking Geneseo virus. Oh my God. Name it after a shit PBR virus. Medella or Tecate virus. You know? That would be great. If you named it PBR virus. Don't name it after Corona. That's the best beer. It's delicious. It's refreshing. Ugh. It's bad, man. It's a bad name for it. They could have picked something scarier, you know? Like something we all hate, like DMV virus or fucking taxes virus. Don't name it after this beer we all love. It's a conspiracy. I'm on to you. I know what the fuck you're doing, dude. It's bad, man. But it's, but you know, good luck to all the people that got coronavirus. No, I just don't. It's sad. I don't want anybody to, you know, be infected with it or whatever. It's just like I don't think personally, me as a person, I have anything that I can really do about it if it wants to fuck me up. You know, it's just gonna. I'm just not. That's just it. You know, coronavirus can get me if it wants. I have no ability to stop it. I just don't. I'm not a tough guy. I can't even fucking win a bar fight. I'm gonna beat a whole virus? There's no way. I'm not Will Smith and I Am Legend. I don't have those skills. I don't have the skills. Oh, it's bad. But look, man. Shout out to everybody with coronavirus. I hope you get better. Shout out to MC Jin. I didn't mean to connect the Chinese rapper with the coronavirus. I didn't mean to do those two things. That was a complete accident. But while I'm at it, MC Jin, I hope stand-up goes well for you. Your performance at the Barclays Center wasn't exactly great. But, hey, you're new. You're an open micer. My open mics were in front of 7 other comedians in the basement of a bar in Boston. Your open mics are in front of 10,000 people in an arena in Brooklyn in between when Kyrie Irving gets on court, which is crazy. But, hey, more power to you for having the balls to try out your jokes at the Barclays Center. But yeah, man. And shout out to Kansas City. Congrats on the Super Bowl win. Mahomes is fucking the man. He's sick. He's also, like, the other thing with Patrick Mahomes is that it's creepy how young. He looks like he's 11 years old. Like, it's creepy. He looks old and young. He's one of those guys that he looks like an old lady. Like, he looks like a 7-year-old woman, and he also looks like a 12-year-old boy. And then at the same time, he is one of the best athletes on planet Earth. Like, that's really what it is. It's crazy. It's scary watching him be that good at a sport, and I'm like, dude, you look like my friend's little brother. You creep me the fuck out, man. But he fucking killed it, man. I mean, congrats to Kansas City. It was a sick W, man. It was good. But guys, as always, thank you for coming to the podcast, listening to the podcast, subscribing to the podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe on Apple Podcasts, subscribe on Spotify, leave a 5-star rating and review. If you could write a nice review about me, I'd appreciate it. I've been your host, Luke Touma. Follow me at luke.touma, luke.touma, on Instagram. Full episodes of the video of the podcast will be on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube already, youtube.com/Luke Touma. And we'll see you guys again next week. I love you. Thank you. Peace.